Thinking about your home theater electrical needs may seem pretty boring compared to picking out the right screen size or choosing what will be your ultimate speaker system. While we agree that selecting the gear can be a lot of fun, we highly recommend you put a little bit of thought into your home theater electrical specifications, especially if the room will be getting new wiring. Now, you're probably wondering why this even matters when all the gear will just plug into an outlet and it will all work, right? Well, not exactly. Let's take a look at some important factors that you should consider when designing or upgrading your home theater or media room. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to our channel so that we can continue to make videos just like these. We greatly appreciate your support. Also, should you want to learn more about home theater related topics, check out our website at audioadvice.com, where we have buyer's guides, design guides, and even our free home theater design tool. It's your one-stop shop for learning and purchasing everything home theater. There are 3 big reasons to get things right from a home theater electrical standpoint. Those are not having enough power to supply your audio-video gear, audio and/or video hum, and noise from other electrical components. Now, let's first talk about the lack of power. If you have ever tripped a breaker while you were running a vacuum cleaner, you've experienced one after effect of an overloaded electrical circuit. You certainly don't want your home theater electrical system shutting down in the middle of a great movie. For simple systems with a minimal number of components, power draw is not typically a big deal. When you get into systems with larger amplifiers or separate components, it's a good idea to do a little bit of math. And it's possible that your simple system may be on the same circuit as some other electrical components that draw a lot of power. You want to make sure the draw from your components and/or other things on that circuit do not exceed the power rating of the breaker that they are on. Now, most electrical breakers in a typical home are rated at 15 amps. Now, there are 2 ways to determine how much power your gear or other items are drawing. One is to look at the back of your components and note the wattage that they state on the rear panel. Now, the other way is to simply look them up online, especially if they are recent models. Most electric manufacturers will have the power consumption listed for their components right on their website. You simply add up all the numbers, divide by 120 if you live in the USA, and that will give you the amps. If you are unsure about any additional components that might be on the same circuit, flip the breaker off and observe any other electrical items that may turn off with your system. As an example, most TVs are around 300 watts. AV receivers are around 400 watts, and things like Roku's and Apple TVs are pretty minimal. With this component list, even with several light bulbs on the same circuit, you are well served by a single 15 amp breaker. Now, another thing to remember when considering home theater electrical requirements is you'll probably have more than one outlet on the same circuit breaker. This means you typically will not be able to split things up using 2 outlets on the same wall. If you do need more power than one 15 amp breaker can supply, you'll need to have an electrician add a circuit for you. And that is where we get to the next important thing. It's the right breaker plan. The electrical panel box inside your home that supplies power to the 120 volt outlets gets its power from 2 different legs of the incoming 240 volt service coming into your home. It is really important to make sure all of the components in your system get their power from the same leg, or sometimes called phase, in the breaker box. Usually, breakers right across from each other are on the same phase, but it's a good idea to have your electrician check. Why is this part of your electrical plan important? Well, at Audio Advice, we call it the demon hum. We have seen situations where we could not keep a subwoofer that was on a different wall from the main system hum like crazy. It always turns out that the subwoofer and the other gear were on 2 different circuits that were not on the same leg. We've seen terrible video hum bars on the television or projector caused by that exact same issue. Take it from us, having different parts of your home theater electrical system on different breakers can cause all sorts of different issues if those breakers are not on the same leg. You'll have 0 problems if you keep everything on the same leg. So if you need to add another electrical circuit for your system, make sure your electrician knows to put that circuit on the same leg as the other one serving your system. You have all kinds of electrical devices in your home that can introduce noise into your system. From the motors in refrigerators to microwave ovens to hair dryers and lighting dimmers, all of these can add noise to your system. You'll sometimes even hear it as a slight buzzing in the background, or the noise on the electrical line keeps your gear from performing at 100%. It is always a great idea to isolate your system from the noisy electrical gear in your home. Now, a dedicated circuit is one that is not shared with anything else in your home. Your electrician will pull a line to a single outlet from a dedicated breaker. We like to see dedicated circuits done for any serious home theater or home audio systems that we install. Now, if you get 2 or more of these, what are you going to tell the electrician to do? That's right, make sure that they are all on the same leg. If you have the ability when designing your home theater electrical layout, it's a good idea to consider putting all of your lighting circuits on a different leg than your home theater gear. This will keep the gear even more isolated from potential noise from dimmers or other lighting fixtures. And speaking of lighting, remember to think of things like having lights near your screen on separate dimmers so that you can keep the lights on in the theater and turn off or dim the ones near the screen. To learn more about how important your home theater lighting is and the best lighting practices to follow when designing your lighting system, we'll link a video and article in the description that we did on the best home theater lighting practices. When building or designing or upgrading your home theater or media room, there may seem like there are only a few pieces to the puzzle, when in reality, if you want to get the best performance out of your gear and have an enjoyable experience, the puzzle starts to get pretty big and can seem overwhelming. Here at Audio Advice, we want to demystify the entire process and make it easy for you. So check out audioadvice.com where we have tons of buyer's guides, installation videos, product reviews, design guides, and even an inspiration gallery. It's truly your one-stop shop for learning or purchasing everything home theater. In addition, we have our free home theater design tool where you can plug in the dimensions of your room, your seating layout, speaker setup, and more, and watch the tool calculate the perfect location for every piece of gear. And our experts are just a call, chat, or email away to help you with every little detail inside your home theater to design your dream home theater. We can guide you every step of the way and make sure you pick the right gear and even see a detailed 3D rendering of your room to make sure the aesthetics are to your liking. I hope this video will enable you to have a better home theater or music system experience. It's really pretty simple. Have enough power, make sure your electrical circuits are on the same leg, and if you can, use dedicated circuits and isolate your system. If you have any further questions about your system, feel free to reach out to us via chat, phone, or visit one of our award-winning showrooms, and we'd be happy to help you out. And if you've liked this video, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.